Thank you, Caitlin, and the whole team at PSC for the opportunity to share with you today. We as leaders of the pet food industry have real opportunities to seek out change. So many times we hear people talk about sustainability. I want to spend just a few minutes with you today sharing how MFiber is committed to making an impact. Agriculture and vertical integration are a part of who I am. As a kid, I spent much of my summer on a poultry farm owned by my stepfather's parents in rural Arkansas. Still to this day, my mother and father-in-law are full-time poultry growers who make a living through the vertically integrated model. I started out my career working for Willowbrook Foods, at the time a top 20 turkey integrator whose whole business structure was vertical integration. After Willowbrook was purchased by Cargill, I made the transition to MFA Oil Company, a farmer-owned cooperative. For over 7 years, I worked with farmers and heard their stories. Stories of rising input costs and lower farm product sales. As a co-op, our interests were directly aligned with the interests and needs of our farmer customers. That's how our business was brought to life. The farmer board of MFA Oil Company committed to finding new ways to drive value to landowners, and vertical integration was the answer. Agriculture is a part of who I am. I believe in the actions taken by farmers to be better stewards of their land. Farmers continue to embrace science to produce food through the best practices known to man. We continue to see a decline in erosion of cropland through the steady stewardship by our farmers. We can now produce more food with less water than any time in history. Technology in agriculture continues to improve our ability to produce food with less inputs. We can now select exactly which areas to plant based on previous year's harvest data, allowing us to only plant the most fertile acres in areas that yield the most return. However, farmers have an enormous task of producing more food with less land and a growing population. By the year 2050, farmers will have to produce 70% more food than we do today to continue to keep pace with the world's growing population. At MFiber, we believe vertical integration is the way to drive value to farmers in rural America. We continue to invest in communities through the creation of living wage jobs and growing miscanthus. According to the USDA, agriculture, food, and other related industries contributed over $1 trillion to the US GDP in 2019. In 2019, there were over 22 million jobs that were related to agriculture and food sector. That's over 10% of the total US employment. According to the American Farm Bureau, 98% of US farms are still owned and operated by individuals and families. If treated as its own country, the numbers associated with the US agriculture would be the 16th largest economy in the world, sandwiched between Mexico and Indonesia. It's no doubt that agriculture plays a huge role in the US economy. However, it plays an even bigger role in Missouri's economy. Agriculture is the single largest sector of all of Missouri's economy. And within agriculture, pet food was tied for second as the largest value-added sector of Missouri's farmer agriculture economy, with over $2.3 billion associated with it. According to the Institute for Feed Education and Research, the leading state for farm and farm product processing sales to the pet food manufacturer is Missouri, with almost $1 trillion, almost double of any other state. Missouri is the leading state with ingredients sold to the pet food industry. Missouri farmers play a huge role in the production and manufacturing of safe, secure pet food. After accounting for input cost, however, farmers and ranchers only receive approximately 8 cents on every dollar spent on farm-related goods. We believe vertical integration helps stand in that gap. We work with Missouri farmers on long-term contracts to grow miscanthus. Our model contracts for 5, 7, or 10 years with farmers to grow miscanthus, therefore allowing them to know the value of those diversified acres year after year after year, taking the swing out of other commodity prices, whether they're high or low. Our farmers can plant miscanthus and know that they are going to be protected on those acres. However, vertical integration doesn't stop there. It also helps protect you, our customers. Because we have long-term contracts with our farmers, Miscanthus prices has been unchanged and steady in the pet food industry for over 5 years. We can offer long-term contracts and marketing agreements because of our vertical integrated model. We are dedicated to our work with farmers. However, we don't stop there. We have made a commitment to creating living wage jobs in the areas we serve. Our home office and both manufacturing facilities are located in communities with less than 10,000 people. This is by design. However, it does come with its own challenges. In addition, we work alongside our local Future Farmer of American chapters and high schools in the high schools of the communities we serve. I believe a dedicated effort to impact high school students leads to a better understanding of rural opportunities. As a company, we are passionate about preserving rural communities and pursuing career opportunities in agriculture. One of the challenges that we face in rural America are young people leaving the farm, getting a higher education, a secondary education, or trade work, and not coming back to rural America. If we don't continue to provide opportunities and living wage jobs, then our food security will continue to decline. Our business is built around sustainability. By choosing Miscanthus, we start with the most sustainable fiber option available in pet food. We are dedicated to sustainably growing and harvesting Miscanthus. Miscanthus is a perennial plant, meaning it only has to be planted one time, no more disturbing the ground or creating erosion. Even though it's only planted once, it produces a harvest for over 20 years. Miscanthus also grows very well on marginal ground. Marginal meaning ground that doesn't typically compete with other food products. Miscanthus is an amazing plant. Its root system grows 12 feet into the soil, opening up the ground to take on water and help stop with runoff. Because of its roots, Miscanthus is carbon negative. Miscanthus sequesters carbon through its entire growing season, almost 10 months, year after year. And because we only have to go through the field to harvest it, there's a lot less carbon put out than what is brought in. Miscanthus also requires very little fertilizer. Think about it like a tree in your backyard. Every fall, the leaves change color, the nutrients translocate through the trunk back into the ground, and the leaves fall off. Miscanthus works exactly the same. Every fall, the cane changes colors, the leaves fall to the ground, and the nutrients are translocated back into the soil, being prepared for next year's crop. Therefore, we don't have to apply very much, if any, fertilizer year after year. We continue to invest in the best harvesting equipment available, allowing us to use less fuel per acre than we did just 5 years ago. We work directly with equipment manufacturers like AGCO to produce better, more efficient equipment. Over the last 5 years, my team has been able to produce heavier bales, resulting in less trucking from field to facility. Our manufacturing operations are proven to be low impact. With minimal processing, we are able to offer pet food. An ingredient that stands out as one of the most sustainable options available. We are proud to have worked with PSC to show just how sustainable Miscanthus is among other options. We believe value is measured by more than just money. As leaders in the pet industry, we have a challenge. Seek out products, ingredients, and companies that have a direct impact or not. No longer are consumers going to sit by while companies talk about sustainability. We are continuing to see our customers pick products that are taking actions to embrace sustainability. Our customers want to know that the products that they are buying are products that make a measured impact. Every decision we make must be backed up. Change is not easy. My team hears every day how making one ingredient change takes time and effort. We all know this fact to be true. All too often, the work of change decides the outcome or lack thereof. However, the effort is well worth the results. Choose action. That's how you make an impact. The work is worth it. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to visit with you today. I look forward to following up and answering any questions that you might have.